From Johnny Depp, who drowned in legal fees, to Kevin Spacey, whose wealth went to numerous assault allegations.
How much money do you have?
None.
Really?
To Arnold Schwarzenegger, whose costly secret came to light. Here are 20 actors who lost their wealth to issues with women, beginning with the actor who called his marriage a dumb move, Burt Reynolds. At his peak, Reynolds amassed an estimated fortune of $60 million, making him one of the wealthiest actors of his generation. But all that changed when he married actress Lonnie Anderson in 1988. By 1993, Reynolds filed for divorce, and what followed was one of the most acrimonious celebrity splits in history. Reynolds alleged that Anderson had been unfaithful and was a poor parent, even challenging her to take a truth serum test. In her 1995 memoir, My Life in High Heels, Anderson fired back with shocking claims of physical abuse, along with drug dependency and erratic behavior, including throwing a chair at their nanny. The financial toll was devastating. The 1994 settlement required Reynolds to pay $15,000 monthly in child support, cover a $9,000 mortgage on Anderson's new home, and provide approximately $2 million plus a vacation property. His total monthly divorce-related costs hit an astounding $47,000, and the legal process had already exceeded $2 million in fees by that point. By 2015, he owed $400,000 in back child support, eventually settling with a final check of $154,520. This financial strain directly precipitated his 1996 Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing, where he listed $10 million in debts against just $6.5 million in assets. Next up, an actor who was ruined by a love triangle. Eddie Cibrian. In 2001, Cibrian married model and reality star Brandi Glanville, and together they had two sons, Mason and Jake. The marriage lasted 9 years before imploding in spectacular fashion. Cibrian's 2009 affair with country singer LeAnn Rimes, whom he would later marry in 2011, became tabloid fodder and destroyed his family. When the divorce was finalized in 2010, both parties found themselves in difficult financial positions. Glanville claimed the split left her financially devastated, unable to afford basics like housing or a car, as Cibrian allegedly cut off her credit cards without warning. In her 2010 court filings, she requested $39,963 in monthly support to maintain her lifestyle. But here's where the story takes an unusual turn. Cibrian, facing his own financial strains, actually sought alimony from Glanville. Even more contentiously, Cibrian claimed he had overpaid child support by $114,738 as of 2013 and demanded repayment from Glanville's retirement fund. The disputes escalated throughout the years, with Glanville accusing Cibrian in 2014 and again in 2020 tweets of seeking child support from her, calling it ironic given his new lifestyle with Rimes. A source claimed he wanted over $100,000 back, exceeding what he'd previously paid, as her earnings from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills rose. Next on the list is a teen idol from the Partridge Family, David Cassidy. By the time the 2010s rolled around, Cassidy's life had spiraled into a series of legal troubles, substance abuse issues, and mounting debts. In 1991, Cassidy married Sue Schifrin, a songwriter and producer, and for 23 years they appeared to have a stable relationship. But appearances can be deceiving. Schifrin filed for divorce in 2014, citing irreconcilable differences, and what followed was what insiders described as an ugly 2-year process spanning multiple hearings in Broward County, Florida. In 2015, while his divorce was ongoing, Cassidy filed for bankruptcy with a staggering $10 million in debts, including significant IRS liens against minimal assets. The divorce settlement terms were sealed, but Cassidy was forced to auction his Fort Lauderdale mansion for $2.6 million specifically to fund his divorce obligations and other mounting debts. He also had child support obligations from a son born from a previous relationship. His struggles included rehab following a 2014 DUI arrest, eye surgeries, and eventually a devastating dementia diagnosis. His bankruptcy repayment plan was rejected by the court in 2017, and tragically, he died later that year from organ failure, still deeply in debt and unable to recover from the financial devastation that had consumed the final years of his life. Moving on to an actor who faced the brunt of 2 expensive divorces. Robin Williams. Williams's first marriage to Valerie Velarde lasted from 1978 to 1988 and produced his son, Zach. His second marriage to Marcia Garces ran from 1989 to 2010 and gave him daughter Zelda and son Cody. Critically, Williams entered both marriages without prenuptial agreements. The combined alimony obligations from these divorces, an estimated $20 to $30 million, became a crushing burden. Williams himself joked darkly about the situation, telling Parade magazine in 2013, "Divorce is expensive. I used to joke they were going to call it all the money." But beneath the humor was genuine distress. Reports indicated that the financial stress from his divorces forced him back to work when he wanted to slow down, taking roles primarily for the paycheck rather than artistic fulfillment. In the aftermath of Williams' tragic suicide in 2014, some reports linked his financial struggles to his death, citing the sale of assets like his Napa Valley ranch. Notably, Williams did enter his third marriage to Susan Schneider in 2011 with a prenuptial agreement, protecting his estate from another costly division. At the time of his death, Williams' net worth was estimated at $50 million, a substantial sum but far less than what he'd earned throughout his career. Next on the list is a headliner of the Mummy franchise, Brendan Fraser. He married actress Afton Smith in 1998 after meeting in 1993, and together they had 3 sons. For nearly a decade, they appeared to be a stable Hollywood couple, but their divorce in 2007 would mark the beginning of a long and painful financial battle. The divorce settlement was announced amicably at first, but the financial terms proved devastating for Fraser. He agreed to pay $50,000 monthly in alimony plus substantial child support, totaling approximately $900,000 annually. That's $75,000 every single month. For years, Fraser struggled to meet these obligations, and in 2013, he petitioned a Connecticut court to reduce the payments, claiming he simply couldn't afford them anymore. He cited a significant career slowdown and approximately $3 million in medical bills from injuries sustained performing his own stunts over the years, but Smith fought back hard, accusing Fraser of fraud and alleging he had hidden $9 million in film deals. Fraser denied this emphatically, insisting he had no major contracts on the horizon and was genuinely struggling financially. The legal disputes eroded Fraser's estimated $45 million net worth significantly, and by various 2023 reports, he was still making the payments years later. Moving on to the star of 2.5 Men, Charlie Sheen. His first marriage to Donna Peel lasted just 1 year, from 1995 to 1996, and produced no children, making it relatively simple financially. But his second marriage to actress Denise Richards from 2002 to 2006 was far more complicated. Richards filed for divorce while pregnant with their second daughter, citing threats, abuse, and drug issues in her 2005 petition. The couple has 2 daughters together, Sam and Lola, and the child support arrangements would prove contentious for years. Sheen's third marriage to Brooke Mueller lasted from 2008 to 2011 and produced twin sons, Bob and Max. This split involved intense custody battles centered on Mueller's substance abuse issues, adding layers of complexity and legal costs. At his peak earnings, Sheen was paying $55,000 monthly to each ex-wife for child support, a combined total of $110,000 per month. But after his very public meltdown, his firing from 2.5 Men, and his 2015 HIV disclosure, his income plummeted dramatically. In 2016, Sheen sought reductions in his payments, claiming his income had dropped from $600,000 to just $167,000 monthly. These burdens eroded Sheen's wealth from a peak of $150 million down to around $3 million by 2025 estimates. Moving on to one of the most expensive celebrity divorces in history, Mel Gibson. The divorce from Robin Moore stands as one of the most expensive celebrity divorces in history, costing him an astronomical $425 million, exactly half of his estimated $850 million fortune at the time. Gibson and Moore met in 1977 and married shortly after, building what appeared to be a stable family life that produced 7 children over their 31 years together. But the couple separated in 2006, shortly after the release of Gibson's controversial film Apocalypto and his infamous DUI arrest. Moore officially filed for divorce in 2009, with the timing coinciding with Gibson's very public affair with Russian pianist Oksana Grigorieva, who bore his daughter Lucia that same year. The lack of a prenuptial agreement meant that California's community property laws applied, requiring an equal split of all assets acquired during the marriage. The divorce terms were kept private, but the sheer magnitude of the payout made headlines around the world. Additional costs came from Grigorieva's 2010 abuse lawsuit, which Gibson settled for $750,000 plus child support, along with contentious custody fights that added further legal expenses. Despite losing half his fortune, Gibson's net worth rebounded to approximately $425 million through his continued work as a director and actor, including successful films like Hacksaw Ridge. Moving on to the incident that broke the Terminator's marriage. Arnold Schwarzenegger. He married Maria Shriver, a Kennedy family member and journalist, in 1986, and together they had 4 children while building one of Hollywood's most prominent power couples. But in 2011, Shriver filed for divorce after learning the shocking truth. Schwarzenegger had fathered a secret child, Joseph, with their housekeeper Mildred Boehner back in 1997. Due to the complexity of their assets and California's community property laws, the divorce wasn't finalized until 2021, a full 10 years after the initial filing. The settlement details were kept confidential, but estimates place Shriver's payout between $250 million and $375 million, representing roughly half of all earnings from 1986 to 2011. Without a prenuptial agreement, everything was on the table: the couple's real estate holdings, Schwarzenegger's film earnings from Terminator and other franchises, his gubernatorial pension, and various investments. Despite the massive payout, Schwarzenegger's net worth remains around $450 million today, sustained by his continued work in film and business ventures. Remarkably, Schwarzenegger and Shriver have maintained an amicable relationship for the sake of their children, often appearing together at family events, demonstrating that even after devastating betrayals and massive financial settlements, co-parenting cooperation is possible. Moving on to a Star Wars star. Harrison Ford. His 2004 divorce from screenwriter Melissa Mathison became one of the most expensive celebrity divorces in history, costing him between $85 million and $118 million, depending on which reports you believe. Ford and Mathison met on the set of Apocalypse Now in 1979, where she worked as Francis Ford Coppola's assistant. They married in 1983 and had 2 children together, Malcolm and Georgia. For 18 years, they appeared to have a stable marriage, but the couple separated in 2000, briefly reconciled, and then Mathison filed for divorce in 2001, with the proceedings finalizing in 2004. Rumors of Ford's infidelity circulated throughout the divorce proceedings, though these were never definitively proven. What was certain was the financial impact. Without a prenuptial agreement, Mathison was entitled to half of Ford's earnings during their marriage, including his lucrative work on Indiana Jones and The Fugitive. The settlement included not just cash, but also a percentage of future royalties from films made during their marriage, meaning Mathison would continue receiving payments for years to come. Legal fees added substantially to the total cost, turning what might have been an $85 million settlement into something potentially exceeding $100 million when all expenses were calculated. Ford's current net worth stands at approximately $300 million. Next up, Hollywood royalty who was ruined by assault allegations. Kevin Spacey.
Well, not this particular place, but this place has been my home and Evan and Lucy's home since 2016.
Why is it being foreclosed?
Because I can't pay the bills that I owe.
Are you facing bankruptcy?
Been a couple of times when I thought I was going to file, but we've managed to sort of dodge it, at least as of today.
How much money do you have?
None.
Really?
Well, I mean, you have some sense of legal bills.
Yeah.
I still owe a lot of legal bills.
The accusations against Spacey began in October 2017 when actor Anthony Rapp alleged that Spacey had made sexual advances toward him in 1986 when Rapp was just 14 years old. Spacey was acquitted in a 2022 civil trial, with the court even ordering Rapp to pay Spacey $40,000 in costs. In 2023, Spacey was also acquitted of 9 sexual offense charges in a UK criminal trial, but the legal victories came at a catastrophic financial cost. The legal fees from defending against dozens of allegations ran into many millions of dollars, and in 2024, Spacey's Baltimore home went into foreclosure. Adding to his financial woes, Spacey was ordered to pay $31 million to MRC, the production company behind House of Cards, for breach of contract. Though this was later reduced to $1 million on appeal, it still represented a massive financial obligation. Here's an actor whose very public legal battle with his ex-wife became one of the most watched trials in recent memory. Johnny Depp. He met Amber Heard, met in 2009 on the set of The Rum Diary, and married in February 2015. Just 15 months later, Heard filed for divorce on May 23, 2016, alleging abuse and obtaining a temporary restraining order. Depp denied all allegations, and they settled in August 2016 with a joint statement. The divorce finalized in January 2017, with Depp paying $7 million. In December 2018, Heard published an op-ed about surviving abuse. Depp sued for $50 million in defamation in March 2019, claiming the op-ed destroyed his career and cost him major roles. Heard countersued for $100 million, alleging Depp's lawyer had called her claims a hoax. A 2020 UK libel case against the Sun newspaper, which had called Depp a wife-beater, resulted in a devastating loss for Depp. But the 2022 Virginia trial in the United States went differently. The jury awarded Depp $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages. Appeals were settled in December 2022, but legal fees for both parties ran into the millions. When combined with lost earnings from franchises like Pirates of the Caribbean, which would have paid him $22.5 million, and general career damage, the total cost easily exceeds $100 million. Moving on to an actor who was once America's dad, Bill Cosby. Over 60 women have accused him of sexual assault, allegations spanning from the 1960s through the 2000s, leading to millions in settlements, legal fees, and the complete destruction of his legacy. The key criminal case involved Andrea Constand's 2004 allegations, which led to Cosby's 2015 charges, 2018 conviction, and eventual 2021 release. Cosby paid Constand $3.4 million in a 2006 settlement, and settled with model Janice Dickinson in 2019 through his insurance company for an undisclosed amount. In 2022, he paid Judy Huth $500,000 and settled with 7 other women in 2019 for undisclosed sums. Legal fees have been equally crushing. In 2019, Cosby's legal bills reached $6.7 million, of which he'd paid $4.3 million and disputed the remainder. Cosby also owed $650,000 in back taxes. Ongoing lawsuits continue, including 9 women suing in Nevada in 2023 under that state's look-back laws. Conservative estimates place Cosby's total losses at least $10.4 million in known settlements and legal fees, though the real number is likely much higher when considering undisclosed settlements and the complete end of his career, cancelled shows, rescinded honorary degrees, and toxic public image. This next actor went through financial disasters driven primarily by 6 divorces and child support obligations for 6 children. Lorenzo Lamas. He holds the dubious distinction of filing for bankruptcy twice, in 2004 and 2014, with debts totaling over $900,000. Lamas has 6 ex-wives plus 1 baby mama, creating a complex web of alimony and child support obligations. His first Chapter 7 bankruptcy in 2004 showed $433,000 in assets against $616,000 in liabilities, including over $6,000 monthly in alimony and child support payments. He also had debts on vehicles and even a plane, demonstrating the extravagant lifestyle that contributed to his financial problems. 10 years later, Lamas was back in bankruptcy court in 2014, this time with just $9,100 in assets against $322,000 in debts, including $285,000 in unpaid taxes and $19,000 in support obligations. Most devastatingly, he reported 0 income, indicating his acting career had essentially stalled. The financial troubles haven't ended. In 2017, Lamas faced a federal tax lien of $62,000, and in 2025, he filed for divorce from his 6th wife, Kenna Scott, after just 2 years of marriage. Lamas's current net worth is estimated at just $1.5 million. He far cry from his glory days, with ongoing financial challenges suggesting his money troubles are far from over. Up next is an actor who went into debt because of legal fees and child support arrears. Mekhi Phifer. He built a successful career with his breakthrough role in Clockers and a long-running part on ER, but in 2014, he filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy with $1.3 million in debts. The bankruptcy filing revealed debts of $1.2 million to the IRS in back taxes, approximately $50,000 in legal fees from family law matters, and crucially, $4,500 in child support arrears. While this amount seems relatively small compared to the millions owed by some celebrities on this list, in Phifer's case, it represents represented a meaningful portion of his overall debt situation. Pfeiffer's bankruptcy documents showed assets of just $67,000 against his massive debts, with monthly income of $7,500 failing to cover monthly expenses of $11,600, a monthly deficit that was simply unsustainable. The child support obligations, while not the sole cause of his bankruptcy, represented an ongoing drain on his already strained finances that he struggled to meet while juggling tax debts and declining work opportunities. Unlike some actors on this list who faced permanent career damage, Pfeiffer successfully recovered through roles in the Divergent franchise and continued television work, eventually stabilizing his finances. Hopefully, Pfeiffer learned from the experience and managed to rebuild his career and bank account after this difficult period. This next actor went broke as a result of multiple divorces and child support disputes. Tyrese Gibson. He has faced ongoing financial battles stemming from multiple divorces that have led to child support disputes totaling over $10,000 monthly at peaks, recent arrests for non-payment, and emotional pleas for reductions due to income drops. Gibson's first marriage to Norma Mitchell lasted from 2007 to 2009, producing daughter Shayla. In 2024, Gibson sued Mitchell for failing to pay their daughter's private school tuition of $25,605.50, which he had covered. He petitioned a Georgia court for a $5,000 monthly reduction in child support until repaid, arguing it represented a material and substantial change in circumstances, though no final ruling has been reported. His second marriage to Samantha Lee from 2017 to 2020 yielded daughter Soraya. Lee filed for divorce in September 2020, and a 2022 hearing ordered Gibson to pay $10,000 monthly in child support based on his then $275,000 monthly income, but disputes escalated dramatically. In September 2024, Gibson was arrested for $73,525.73 in arrears, paying the full amount to avoid jail. Just months later, in December 2024, Gibson petitioned to reduce his payments, claiming an 85% income drop to just $39,000 monthly due to career slowdowns. Lee countered by urging dismissal of his petition, and the case remains unresolved as of 2025. Moving on to the stepfather of Beyoncé, Richard Lawson. He received a $300,000 settlement in his 2024 divorce from Tina Knowles after 8 years of marriage. Lawson and Knowles married in April 2015 on a yacht in Newport Beach, California, in a ceremony that made headlines given Knowles' connection to music royalty. Fast forward to July 2023, Knowles filed for divorce, citing the standard irreconcilable differences. The settlement finalized in August 2024, just 13 months after the initial filing. The agreement included several key provisions. Both parties waived spousal support entirely, and Knowles paid Lawson a one-time settlement of $300,000 as full and complete settlement of all community property and debts. Assets were divided clearly. Lawson received a 2021 Cadillac Escalade, his post-separation earnings, his SAG pension, royalties from his work, and all creative works he'd created. Knowles retained properties in Los Angeles and Texas with all furnishings, a 2018 Tesla, a 2020 Bentley, her book deal, and a 1% stake in Kirby Beauty Management LLC. The settlement also included a non-disparagement clause prohibiting negative statements about each other or family members. Lawson's net worth is estimated around $2 million, making the $300,000 settlement a meaningful addition to his wealth, though the divorce was handled with discretion and relative maturity. Up next is an actor with 5 divorces that contributed to him blowing through $150 million. Nicolas Cage. While the primary cause of his financial crisis was extreme overspending, the many divorces were expensive complications. Cage's marital history is something else. He got married and divorced to 4 women from 1995 to 2019. The divorces involved various settlements, with one of his ex-wives suing for $14.3 million in 2009, amid Cage's financial woes. Another ex-wife demanded spousal support after their marriage was annulled, highlighting the financial complications of even the briefest relationship. But Cage's real problem was spending. At his peak, he earned $40 million per year, but by 2009, he owed $6.3 million to the IRS in back taxes, leading to foreclosures on multiple properties. He had purchased 15 homes, including castles in England and Germany, private islands, and a comic book collection worth millions. The 2008 real estate crash amplified his losses dramatically. To avoid bankruptcy, Cage embarked on a relentless work schedule, appearing in 3-4 films per year, including many he himself later described as crummy, essentially repeatedly taking any role that paid to dig himself out of debt. The strategy worked. Cage's net worth today stands between 25–40 million, and he has successfully repaid his debts, though he acknowledges the years of subpar work it required. The next actor on the list had financial problems that came from his relationships and an accident. Gary Busey. His bankruptcy story is tinged with tragedy, as his financial problems stem not just from relationships, but also from a devastating 1988 motorcycle accident that caused severe brain injury, affecting his ability to work consistently and manage money effectively. Busey filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy in February 2012, with debts ranging from $500,000 to $1 million. His marital history includes 4 women from 1968 to present, creating child support obligations that stretched across decades. The bankruptcy filing revealed assets of just $26,225, mostly residual payments from past films, against massive debts. The largest single debt was $451,297 in back taxes owed to the IRS for the years 1998–2009. But child-related expenses were also significant. His monthly expenses included $1,680 for childcare for a 23-month-old son and $1,158 for a 17-year-old daughter. Busey's monthly financial deficit was $2,939. He was spending far more than he earned, and there was no way to continue without intervention. The 1988 brain injury had affected not just his cognitive abilities, but also his career trajectory, limiting the roles available to him and making it difficult to command the salaries he once had. Busey received a partial discharge in 2012, eliminating some debts while restructuring others. His current net worth is estimated at around $500,000. Here's an actor who had a debt of over $15 million, Duane Martin. He experienced a bankruptcy with over $15 million in debts in 2016 that preceded his 2020 divorce from actress Tisha Campbell, leaving her in dire financial straits despite their 22-year marriage. Martin and Campbell married in 1996 and have 2 sons together. They filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy in January 2016 amid debts exceeding $15 million, including loans and taxes, with the case closing in July 2024. Campbell, in 2025 interviews, revealed she had just $21 left after the divorce, unable to afford basics while raising 2 children with special needs. She distanced herself from the bankruptcy details, focusing instead on moving forward with her life and career. Campbell filed for divorce in February 2018 after 22 years, citing irreconcilable differences. The divorce finalized in December 2020 with no spousal support awarded to either party. Throughout the proceedings, there were accusations that Martin had hidden assets, and custody battles over their children added substantial legal costs to an already expensive process. Campbell has since rebuilt her career through acting roles, while Martin has continued working amid rumors of infidelity and financial mismanagement. His net worth is currently estimated between $500,000 and $2 million, a dramatic fall for someone who was once a successful television actor with a seemingly stable family life, moving ahead to one of Hollywood's biggest stars for over 4 decades, Eddie Murphy. His 2006 divorce from Nicole Mitchell after 13 years of marriage and 5 children together cost him an estimated $15 million. Murphy and Mitchell married in 1993, and their union appeared stable for over a decade before Mitchell filed for divorce in 2005. The settlement was structured as a one-time payment rather than ongoing alimony, giving Mitchell immediate access to a fortune that represented a significant portion of Murphy's wealth at the time. But here's where the story takes a shocking turn. Mitchell lost nearly all of the $15 million within just a few years. By 2010, she was reportedly broke, having fallen victim to multiple financial disasters. She lost approximately $11 million to a jewelry business investment that failed, and even worse, was defrauded of millions a childhood friend she trusted, who was later convicted in 2011 for the scam. Additional debts piled up: $846,000 in IRS liens, $600,000 in legal fees, $60,000 to landscapers, and nearly losing her $5 million home. Murphy's finances, by contrast, were barely affected long-term. He continued his successful career and also provides additional child support for a child he has with former Spice Girl, Mel B, but his net worth today exceeds $200 million, showing that while the divorce was expensive, it didn't fundamentally alter his financial trajectory. What's clear is that fame and fortune provide no protection against the financial devastation of failed relationships. The lesson? Prenuptial agreements aren't romantic, but they're essential. These 20 actors learned these lessons the hard way. If you enjoyed this video, click on the videos on your screen for more.